When Liv Morgan returned to WWE in 2020, fans of hers genuinely thought this was the time. This was the time WWE was going to push her into the main event. They gave her some good matches, some decent matches to start off her new career path against Lana, Ruby Riott, and of course even a WrestleMania victory over Natalya, which I thought was pretty cool. And of course, it then came to a screeching halt when she met Charlotte and Asuka. Now, that's fine. Charlotte and Asuka are two credible opponents that probably should beat Liv Morgan. That doesn't hurt her, especially Charlotte. We all know Charlotte Flair has the history with Liv, and it makes sense, therefore, to continue that story. But I do think, once again, if we are going to evolve the Liv Morgan character, Charlotte will have to come into play eventually, and eventually Liv Morgan would kind of have to right that wrong and defeat Charlotte Flair to prove that she's arrived. Right now, Liv is in a tag team with Ruby Riott, of course, the Riott Squad, and it's such a shame that WWE haven't run with this team. They're so unique, so cool, so different, so likeable. How do you not put the women's tag team titles on them by now? It's almost criminal. But the fact they haven't makes me think that they're not going to. And as much as WWE likes them, they're just there, and that's a real shame because I think they're one of the most underappreciated tag teams that WWE's got in both the male and the female division. And it's a real shame because you guys know me, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm a huge fan of Liv Morgan. But genuinely, I think it's time to evolve the character again. I think it's time to give it a slight refresh and to change things up. And I think WWE and Liv do too. Liv sending out cryptic tweets again, starting on the 12th of April, saying, "Remember when?" And of course, this image is back to in the bathtubs days when she just returned to WWE. And basically, it was all about cleansing, the evolution of Liv Morgan. And I like these promos. They could have gone any way, and maybe we could revisit them because, you know, the whole point here was to say that Liv Morgan was anything but typical. And I think we can safely say that she's proven since her WWE return and current day that she is anything but typical. She goes with ring attire that's very unique. She has that very unique look to her. Obviously, the way she does her makeup, those, I don't even know what you call them, coming down the bottom of her eyes. I suppose it's just makeup. But it's still super cool and super unique as well. She sent out the tweet with simply this image saying, "I'll always evolve." And again, this is what's making me hope and think that there is some kind of evolution for Liv Morgan. Now, of course, the first thing you could do is push the Riott Squad, give them some decent wins, put them into the Women's Tag Team Championship picture. It makes sense. It's there. It's easy to do. You could do that. I wouldn't mind seeing a badass Liv Morgan. Someone who feels like, you know what, I've been in now all these years. I haven't held a championship yet. I'm going out on my own and I'm going to make the world listen to me. And I'm going to kick everyone's ass who stands in my way. Kind of give her the attitude of Sasha Banks mixed a little bit with the confidence of Carmella. And I think, you know, as long as Liv Morgan demands the spotlight is on her at all times, you've got a character there that is ready to go. And I think it's definitely a character Liv Morgan could portray very well. You could literally twist the badass character to be like a twisted kind of character, psychotic kind of character. Why not? Again, Liv Morgan, back when she returned to WWE, had her best friend Ruby Riott side with Lana. And of course, you gotta wonder at that point, and we kept wondering if this was going to spark something in Liv Morgan and she was going to snap, because for weeks we constantly saw her get beat down, be upset, and eventually everyone snaps. You could revisit that story. Break up the Riott Squad, have Ruby turn on Liv, and because of that turn, because of the upset, because of the years of misuse, of course Liv Morgan snaps and you get this psychotic character from it. Not supernatural, nothing like Alexa Bliss or Bray Wyatt, but, you know, psychotic. Have her absolutely just out there and run with it. Give her an opportunity. Some people say that sounds like Nikki Cross. WWE have not portrayed Nikki Cross in this way properly for a long, long time. and it's for very different circumstances, so I don't see the two as the same at all. I'd just genuinely like to see WWE do something amazing with Liv Morgan, because I feel like she's got all the characteristics to be a megastar in their company as a women's champion, a tag champion, whatever. She can do it, and I think she will draw. I think fans will, you know, grow to her as long as WWE seemingly aren't going to give up with her and her characters. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video so your friends can find it and come and have their say. And I'll see you as always next time. Peace!
And I'm anything but typical.